Herschel. Come on up. Come on up. And Georgia, let me tell you one thing, and I'm gonna let you have this man here. What it takes is your will. It takes your desire. It takes your fight. It takes your votes. It takes your prayers to stand behind the man who's going to get Georgia back on track, get America back on track. Your next United States Senator from the great state of Georgia, Mr. Herschel Walker, everybody.
You know, what a day the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. You know, I always acknowledge my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, because he said if you don't acknowledge him, he's not going to acknowledge you. And I come knocking, I will enter let me in. And I also acknowledge my wife Julie, wherever she's at, because she's in this race with me. And it's an interesting race. It's an interesting race because, you know, the guy I'm running against, they told me that he spent $54 million against me already.
Wow.
Can you believe that? And the race is still virtually tied, or I'm in the lead.
Yes.
Which means God may be speaking. But I've been telling this little story, and I'm going to tell it here too because this is relevant. It's about this man that died and went to heaven a little early. He died and went to heaven a little early, and when he got to the pearly gates, St. Peter says, "Sir, you're here a little early right now. So your name is on the road." But he said, "You're the only one in history that get an opportunity to decide where you want to go. I'm going to take you to heaven and I'm going to take you to hell, and you get to decide what you want to do." So he puts him in this elevator and he takes him all the way down to hell. And when they get to hell, the doors open up. And there's a party going on. There's people having a good time. There's music playing. He sees some of his friends down there. He have a great time. And after a couple of hours, St. Peter came to him and said, "Hey, we got to leave now." He said, "Wait, I got to go. He said, "Yes, you got to go. You got to make a decision." So he puts him in his elevator. He takes him all the way up to heaven. They get up to heaven, and there's people having a good time. They're just talking, floating around on clouds. The weather's nice. After a couple of hours, St. Peter came to him and said, "Have you made your mind up? Have you made your mind up?" And the guy said, "Well, St. Pete, I hate to tell you this. I think I want to go to hell."
Oh.
He said, "Are you sure?" He said, "Yeah, I want to go to hell. That seems like my type of place." Okay, then he puts him in his elevator, takes him all the way down the hill, and now the doors open up and it was hot. People are crying, they're screaming, they're just looking miserable. And the guy goes, wait a minute. A couple of hours ago when I was here, they was having a party. Satan shows up and says, "A couple of hours ago I was campaigning." And the reason I keep telling that story, is the left and the guy I'm running against is campaigning right now. He's trying to take you down in that elevator. He's trying to tell you that you got to get really used to the new normal. The new normal is going to have these terrible economy. This economy is going to be like this. And I'm telling you, no, it's not. It's not going to. You don't have to take this. He's trying to tell you that crime is the way it is right now. So no, it's not. Trying to bring wokeness in our military. I'm like, no, you don't have to. He also has disrespected our police. And now people want to know what's really happening. I'll tell you what's happening. We've elected the wrong person at the table who's making a deal for us. Because he's not making a deal for us, he's making a deal for Joe Biden.
Yeah.
Let me tell you what, I love Georgia. I decided to run because I'm a warrior for God.
Yeah.
You think I want to be a politician? I'm not a politician. But what I do know, these are God's people here. And right now, we got a wolf in sheep's clothing telling you that get used to the new normal. Get used to it. I'm telling you, don't. They saying that we're a racist, terrible country. I'm telling you, no, we're not. We have our own problems, but we can solve those problems together. The guy I'm running against said, hey, America, you need to get used to his whiteness. I'm like, have you read the 14th Amendment in the Constitution? It says every man to be treated fair. That may be America's apology. But what he want to do is he want to divide us, separate us, because of the color of your skin. And he's in a church or a man that says not the color of your skin, but the content of your character. And all he talks about is the color of your skin. I'm here to tell you, God don't see the color of your skin, he sees your heart. Yeah. That's what we gotta know. I'm running against called our law enforcement thugs. Said that they're bullies. Then all of a sudden you hear all this defund the police. That's a dumb idea, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, wait. That's not politically correct. That's not politically correct. That's a stupid idea. Defund the police. Everyone like to be treated fair. Everyone like to be treated with safety. But yet we've disrespected our law enforcement. We call them names. Now this is the toughest time to be in law enforcement. We got to support our men and women in blue, because everybody want to go home safe. Everybody want to go home safe. I tell this story about a couple of weeks ago. I was leaving the campaign office, and it was starting to get dark outside. And as I was leaving the office, I saw that the police officer had stopped this car. I still remember the car. The car was white with dark windows. And all of a sudden, as the officer was getting out of the car, when we were driving by, my heart started to flutter. I started to get nervous because of all of these iPhones that all they do is videotape someone getting injured. Never trying to help, never trying to do anything. Well, I started getting nervous because of it. And I said, wait a minute, maybe we need to reform the police. And I said, no, why don't we reform the citizen? To show respect to them too. They have a family. They want to go home safe just like you do. But yet we put people in office that disrespect our law enforcement. And now they want to change it. They want to change it now. They're saying fund the police. But I'm telling you, they don't respect the police. All they want to do is get your vote. All they want to do is get you down in that elevator telling you these lies. Well, you know the reason I'm running, I'm saying, hey, I'm going to put a stop to it. It's time somebody put a stop to it. They're my father. So when are we going to have people that got guts? Instead of going to Washington to make themselves look good, make themselves feel good. How in the world could I feel good if I see my brother, my family hurting, see him starving, see him crying? One of the worst crimes I ever saw was in Atlanta, Georgia, on Cleveland Avenue. I talk about it all the time, and I hope you've seen it on video. It's on video. That's how bad it has gotten now that we show things on video. This man is getting out of his SUV, walking forward. A guy sitting on the corner, sitting on the curb. Guy walks around the corner, takes a gun out of his belt, put it to the back of the guy's head and shoots him in the head. And then he robs the guy, and the guy's sitting on the corner like he's watching a TV show. That's not the worst. The guy walks away, and the guy on the corner gets up and just shakes his head. The worst is to see three people coming around the corner, sees the guy laying there bleeding to death, and they robbed him. Is that the country we want to live in? Bail. Hey, he want to release guys from prison. They're going to make us prisoners in our own home. That's what's going to happen. But yet, we decided in November what we want. Because if you want that, they're going to give it to you. They're going to give you more of it. I can promise you that. But as my offensive lineman told me, HERSCHEL, follow me. I'm going to take you to the promised land. So I'm going to tell you, vote for me, and I'm going to help us all get to the promised land. Because that's what we got to do. Is it bringing wokeness in our military? The greatest fighting force ever assembled inside the United States military. And now, President Biden, Senator Warnock, bringing wokeness in our military. Pronouns. I can promise you, China, Iran, Russia, not talking about no pronoun. How do you identify? They're worried about war. And we're talking about wokeness. Senator, why not even vote it? They have doctors in the military to change your agenda. If you want to, you're going to change. What is going on? How can a man get pregnant? No. I'm here to tell you no. I'm not afraid to say no. I know what a woman is. It's written in the Bible. Like, why are we discussing that rather than discussing this economy? Rather than discussing crime? HERSCHEL walking to compete against your daughter. I can guarantee you don't want that. Because I love to win. That's setting women back. But that's what we got going on right now. We got people in Washington that don't have the guts, or they don't know what they're doing. Always spending money. You see them spend money. That when they want to solve a problem, they throw money at it. And we don't even have money, but they keep throwing money at it. And then just think about it, they change the names. It's not a recession. Hey guys, it is time for us to wake up. They're taking us down in that elevator. They get your vote, you will not recognize the United States of America because that's what they're doing to you. And now they're poisoning our kids' mind. Innocent kids because they want to tell them, bringing wokeness in the schoolhouse. And then as the parents get involved, they get arrested. They get mad at you. Guys, you're not going to do that to my kids. And because your kids are my kids too. Like I said, I'm worried for God. I'm not going to hurt my kids. So it's time for us to stand up. Because I'm going to tell you, if you don't stand up today, you'll be kneeling tomorrow. I can promise you that. You want to stand up today, you're going to be kneeling tomorrow. And now he's asking for 6 more. 2 is enough. 2 is enough. And as I said before, my Angelo said, when they show you who they are, believe them. He's showing us who he is. That wolf in sheep's clothing.
Yeah.
Because right now, he's supposed to represent Georgia. He went to Washington to represent Joe Biden. And they asked me, no. They asked me, he voted for Joe Biden 96% of the time. Think about it. Think about it. The other 4%, he may have not even voted, or he was publishing his book. So it could have been 100% of the time. So people get mad when I say certain things, and I say them because they're the truth. I got it from Dr. King. And Dr. King said, straighten your bike up. Because when you bend your bike, it's easy for people to ride. So Joe Biden and Chuck Schumer's riding his bike because he seems to be voting for everything they say. I can tell you right now, HERSCHEL walking on dance and sing for nobody. Because I am that wolf. And you think, no. But you know what? Oh, you're my family. And I'm not going to let my family get hurt. I'm going to fight for my family. I don't care what color you are. I told people I got white people in my family. I know you can't believe that, can you? I even got black people in my family. Can't believe that either. I got Asian.
Yes.
I got all color of the rainbow. I even got a Russian girl in my family. My nephew was in the military, married this beautiful Russian girl. But she's given me 3 beautiful little nephews. And I love every last one of them. I said, we're all mutts. We're all mutts. I hate to tell you something, because 23andMe screwed us all up. Y'all mutts too. But one thing I know about us, and that's what matters, we're all Americans. And it is time that we get back to being an American. Because all the left want to do is separate you. All they want to do is call you names. They've been calling me names. Y'all heard them. Boy, they've been calling me some tough names. But they don't know no weapon formed against me will prosper. Hey, because hey, I heard the other day, y'all, they this is what's so funny. If someone on the right had said some of the name calling they called me, they would have been fired. But then they let them call me whatever. And I said, it's okay. Name calling no Father Herschel Walker. They call me names when I was a little kid. They called me a coon. They don't know I'm from the country. A coon is one of the smartest animals out there. God, they're gonna call me something, talk me about something that's gonna hurt my feelings. There's a crime out on the streets. What hurt my feelings is this economy is terrible. What hurt my feeling is you bringing wokeness in our military, wokeness in our schools. What hurt my feeling is our police don't have nobody to have their backs. But I'm gonna tell you, I got your back. What hurt my feeling is they want to raise taxes. People ask that like, Herschel, you're black. I said, because I want to lower taxes. I want school chores. I want charter schools. And I'm black because I want charter schools. I'm like, what? Shouldn't everybody want that? You know, it's time for us to quit separating people. You know, I get asked the question all the time, you're a conservative. I said, give me the definition. Because it's like, why? I want the same thing anyone else wants. I don't care what color your skin is. I want the good. I want safe streets. I want my child to have an education. I want lower taxes. I want this border protected. I love America. And if they don't love America, you can leave. Right. We don't keep you here. That's all the things. You can leave. What's crazy about this whole thing? There's so many people trying to get into this country, but you don't see nobody trying to leave, do you? Right. Because this is the greatest country in the world today, is the United States of America. And it is time that we respect the United States of America. And people ask me why I'm running. I say I'm running because I still remember this. You remember they were saying the national anthem a few minutes ago about this flag here. And you remember when Francis Scott Key was going over to the British ships to swap prisoners with the British captain, because in the British ship they had some of the prisoners from the colonies. That's where they had colonies and stuff. Y'all don't know I knew that because I've been reading a little bit. But anyway, as they got over to the British ship, the British captain decided to change the deal. When what he decided to do, he said, you know what, we're not going to swap prisoners with you right now. He said, but what we want you guys to do, we want you to lower your flag. We want you to lower your flag. And Mr. Key said, well, sir, I'm not sure if I can do that. I don't have that type of power. And the British captain said, if you don't lower your flag, we got enough weapons out here, we would take that flag down. And Mr. Key said, you got to do what you got to do. And when you hear in the national anthem, the red glare in the air, what they're talking about is a British ship firing at our United States flag. They're bombing that United States flag and stuff. But you hear that when everything cleared and daylight came, that flag was still there. But do you know why that flag stayed there? Because every time that flag got ready to hit the ground, some dead patriot laid against it to keep it up, because he believed in freedoms and liberty that this country have, that it's time that people to stand up and do the right thing. Worried about all these other things you heard today. Should the Atlanta Braves change their name? Are you serious? No. Are you serious? That's what they want you worried about as they take you down to that elevator, trying to trick you and fool you. But I'm gonna tell you right now, come November, you get an opportunity to change it. Come November, you get an opportunity to change it. So I want all of you to go to the polls. Go to the polls and tell 10 of your friends, go to the polls, tell them, tell 10 of their friends, go tell them, tell 10. We get a bunch of 10s. Yes. We go to the polls and tell them to vote. Yeah. Y'all know who to vote for. So let me tell you what, it's gonna get tough, but don't give up. It's gonna get hard, but don't give up. Guys, I've been knocked down many times. I always say everybody know the glory, but they don't know the story. And I got a story. But you know what my story is? It's redemption. Yes. It's Jesus Christ. Yes. And then you can do it through the regular, my Heavenly Father. My Heavenly Father is a bad man. And I tell you what, I told him when I go to Washington, Jesus is going with me, and he can block, I can run. So I tell you this right here. Let me tell you this right here. So because sometimes I always tell this, and sometimes people can't get it because, you know, I'm from the country. So you got to stay with me for a little bit. I talk about this bull that was out in the field with 6 cows, and 3 of them was expecting calves. And he had grass all the way up to his knees, and all this bull had to do was eat grass. All he had to do was eat grass, but he kept his nose up against the fence, looking at 3 other cows in his other pasture that wasn't even his, but he wanted them. He had 6 of himself, he didn't have to worry about them, but he worried about something over there. So one day he decided, I'm gonna jump this fence. I'm gonna get over there. So he measured that fence up one day, and he said, I think I can get it. So he got back at a certain distance, and he took off running. And as he was running, he dove and jumped over that fence, and his belly got cut up all under the bottom, but he made it over to the other side. And he rolled over, and he knew he was over there, and he shook it off. But all of a sudden, when he ran to the top of that hill to the other 3 cows, he realized that they were bulls too. And the reason I tell you that, don't think something is better somewhere else. Let's take care of home. Let's take care of our family. Let's take care of our kids. Let's protect our police. Let's get behind our men and women in service. Let's do the right thing because God is a good God. God bless you guys. Thank you guys. Thank you so much.